Hey everybody, there's definitely been some sadness here. We lost Mama Fantasia, and our little sweethearts do not last forever, do they? And I was not even planning on getting a cat. I think that happens with a lot of kitties that just appear in our lives. And we had gone to a pet store. We'd gone into a Petco. I never go near them. And my daughter said, I just want to look at fish. And then we saw Mama Fan in a little tiny cage, and she was with Pokey. This is Pokey, and Pokey was just a little kitten who'd been found on the bad part. She'd been found in the bad part of a bad she'd been found in the bad part of a bad town, Tacoma, Washington, which actually is quite beautiful, but she was found in a bad part of Tacoma and was just a total infant. And they put her in the cage with Mama Fan in Tacoma, and then they brought her to Olympia. They thought that they would have better chances. And the sad kind of story of Mama Fan was that she had been a mill cat and had been raised only to have babies in a mill. So it was really, really, really terrible. And she'd only been in a little cage inside her whole entire life. And she was really, really old. And then she was in a cage for a really long time by herself. A really nice guy sweeping up there told me the story, and he said no one's adopting her, and then they put little kittens in, and people come and take the little kittens and they leave Fan. And she looked so sad and she looked so depressed, and I just said right then and there, I'm taking them both. And they asked that we not let Fan outside, that she'd been raised in a little cage her whole life, and it would be confusing for her to ever go outdoors. Well, the very first night we got Fan, I thought I had her secured in a place, I think, right by my bed, and that I was laying there. And I went to bed that night, and in the morning I woke up and heard these sweet little mews right outside. And looked outside, and there was Fanny Nanny, who, darn it, she had taken life. She had decided to seize the day, and she had somehow gotten out in the night, I have no idea how, and had herself a time. And I will always love her for her great enthusiasm. She followed me to the state. She went inside state worker buildings. She got chased down by them, and she won. They never caught her. And she climbed trees, and she was in terrible physical condition. She was wider than she was long. She exercised, and she made it so that she was strong, and she was beautiful, and she was good, and she was happy about every single day of her life. And at the very end, I took her to the vet. I was going to put her to sleep. And it's the only time I've ever heard her howl. She looked at them, and it was like she knew what they were going to do, and she howled. And I said, I can't do this. And I had them give her pain medicine instead. And I brought her home, and she purred, and she slept next to me. She couldn't eat or anything. And the next day, she dragged her little self out. And she had done it 2 nights in a row where she would drag herself out. I didn't even know how she was getting outside. They said, don't let her out. And yet she would go out, and then she would drag herself back. And then finally she dragged herself out and she just never came back. She loved to be in the little bamboo, but I also feel like we had to give her the dignity to have the death that she wanted. And if she wanted to be, in her little woods, on her soft little bed of leaves, listening to all the birds around her, then she deserved that. I felt bad that I ever even took her to the vet, and she had to be around those weird kind of cages and that environment that she never liked. And I always just kept her here where she could be in her place. So Fanny, you are super missed, and you were the best mom to Pokey, and Pokey's been looking for you. Pokey's been sniffing around all of Fan's little special places, and we miss you, Fanny, and you're a great soul. But I don't regret getting you, even though it's really hard not having you. So, what can we say? But it's just hard to lose the little ones, isn't it, in this world? I hope you all have a great day. Bye.